So, day one. It was literally at this spot 3 months ago that I announced my trip going from Dublin to Tokyo on the back of my CT125 Hunter Cub. And a lot's happened since then, to be perfectly honest. I had to go through a lot of work just as finalizing everything else, but enough about that. This is day one. This is supposed to be exciting. As you can tell, I'm very nervous. I left the house very early. I woke up at the crack of dawn and I was pacing around the house constantly. I was just like, I need to go, I need to go, I need to go. So regardless of how early it was, to be fair, it's approaching 9 o'clock, I think, right now. So it's not that early. I'm excited. I don't know what I'm feeling, to be perfectly honest. I'm kind of terrified. I woke up this morning and then pacing around just going, what am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, are you crazy? And my family still thinks I'm nuts. Yeah, I'm just rambling right now. You can tell the nerves are just, it's not fear. Let me just make that clear. It's not fear, it's just anxious energy, essentially, because this is the biggest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Like, when I can easily say that this is the biggest thing I'm ever going to do in my entire life, it has an emotional effect, let me tell you. Anyway, this is day one. Now, my day one plan is relatively straightforward. I wanted to start at the Phoenix Park because the Phoenix Park is very important to me, as I said. But I also wanted to go to Cabra West, which is the town that I grew up in, and it's in Dublin. I mainly wanted to visit my old neighbours, people I've known all my life, essentially, and say goodbye to them, because I promised I would say goodbye to them, and I haven't seen a fair amount of them in a few months since I moved out of my main house in Cabra. I want to depart this country on the right terms. So I already had a dinner with my family. Everything else is fine in that regard. They're sad, of course. My sister came over from England. I'm going to see her in a couple of weeks, though, because I'm going to visit her in the UK. But my family was sad. But my colleagues at work, Paul, Vezogin, yeah, everybody was excited for me, jealous, but also nervous for me. They're just like, please take care. I got a few charms off people as well. Paul's wife, Siobhan, for example, gave me a bell that's supposed to protect motorcycle riders, so I've put that actually into the bike itself. And I got a charm of St. Christopher from my sister, who will protect travelers, if I recall correctly. So those two are going to come in handy for me, and I'm going to need all the help I can get. But anyway, enough about that. It's time to go. I've sat here enough, and I want to get going. So let's go. Should only take me a few minutes to get to Cabra West. I only live like a couple of kilometers away from it, if that. So I've been thinking to myself, am I gonna miss Dublin? The answer is no. I've kind of grown tired of Dublin, to be honest. I've lived here my entire life, I know everything about it. That's not the reason I'm tired of it, though. It's not the same city it was a decade ago, if you get my meaning. It's pretty bad now, to be honest. Prices are really high. Antisocial behavior is higher than I've ever known it. Just unfortunately, not the city it used to be. It's also partly the reason I'm not showing you much of it. I mean, I've showed you Dublin in my other videos, to be honest, so I don't need to show it off again. So yeah, the weight I have on the back of the bike now is not the equivalent to, but it's close to a pillion passenger. Well, I lie, to be honest, it's 20 kilograms, so yeah, a light person maybe. But I am feeling the effect of it, but I have configured it in such a way that the bike is actually very stable with the weight I actually have on it. So the weight is not too far back. The heaviest elements of my equipment are packed in the bag at the portion that's closest to my seat. So it doesn't give me any issues. I will be refueling in Dublin primarily because Dublin prices are very high. They're charging like 180 to 190 a litre, which doesn't sound high, but it's actually high. And it's significantly cheaper outside of Dublin. You could easily get fuel for 160, even 150 outside of Dublin. So once I start heading north, that's when I'll fuel up. It's also at this point that I've began the journey, and it's actually just dawning on me now. I've actually just begun, because I'm recording, that I'm going into my very frugal mode. Like, that sign's broken. It's not 79 cents a litre, just so you know that. It's 179. I wish it was 79 cents a litre. Jesus. Okay, we're entering Cabra West now. So I have a few neighbours to visit. Two neighbours in particular. And there's a couple of others I might knock on their doors as well, just to see if they're there. So we're on the Ratode Road at the moment, which is approaching the Neffin Road. And that's the secondary school I attended as a kid. So secondary school is the equivalent of high school for those of you over in North America, for example. So it's not that one. That's the Irish school where my niece went to. They speak Irish first and foremost and English second. It's how they keep the languages alive in this country. But that's St. Declan's there. You can't really see it though, it's behind all those trees, but I attended that school. I don't have any really fond memories of that school, unfortunately. I was bullied a lot as a child. Didn't like it. The other school though, I can tell you about. But first, we're passing by Broombridge Road, which is just down there. That's the road I grew up on. But we'll be going down there in a minute. But we're on Fossa Avenue now at the moment, which is a road I hung out on a lot as a child. Primarily because the shops are on this road. So we used to call them, those are the near shops. And then the far shops are further down, primarily because of where we lived. So we'd be all like, do you want to go to the near shops? No, I want to go to the far shops. And there's my favourite chipper, Rockers. Ate there my entire life. And there's Christy, hello. I'll be seeing Christy in a few minutes, so he's actually my neighbour. But first I want to show you this place, which is the Church of the Most Precious Blood. So this is a church that is important to my life because I was christened in that church, which you'd call baptism over in America. I had my Holy Communion, my Holy Confirmation, that's during primary school. I've been to weddings there, I've been to funerals, most recent of which, the last time I was in there, was my mother's funeral, which was a few years ago. I barely remembered that day, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, it's kind of a blur. I'd imagine, like, if you've ever attended a parent's funeral, it just feels like a blur. That's exactly what it feels like to me. Unfortunately, I can't go in. Saturday morning, it's locked, so it won't open until Mass. But we'll go around. I have other places to show you. So there's the far shops there. There's Cláiste used to be a secondary school for, well, boys and girls. It had a rough reputation. That's where my sisters all went to school. I never went there though. This road has changed a lot in the past few years. The old folks home was gone and now it's a place for apartments, which makes sense to me. This is the Cabra Community Centre. So community meetings, events and stuff like that would be actually held here. It's called the Cabra West Parish Centre specifically, but we always call it the community centre. We always used to do second-hand sales and other parties and stuff like that at this space. The priests of the Most Precious Blood have always been good to the community, so yeah, they did sports, they did everything essentially, so they were always very good to us. So I have fond memories of that place. Now we're on Kilkiernan Road, which its most important feature, at least for me, is that school, which is called St. Finbarr's. That was my primary school. So I have fond memories of that school, to be honest. I mean, who doesn't have really fond memories of their primary school though? I do have bad memories about it as well. Again, bullying. Bullying was prevalent in my life, unfortunately. It wasn't until I left secondary school that it all just went away, evaporated. Typical schools, huh? Well, yeah, not really much else to tell about this area. It's just, it's been the area I grew up in. Like, I've skated these streets, I've roamed them, I've run them, I've played football on them. Essentially, this is the neighborhood I grew up in, including that old folks home. Like, do you want to hear a funny story? So, the old folks home is abandoned now. It's going to be knocked down, I think. But see the alleyway there? That leads to the Dublin Corporation space where they'd park all their vans and stuff. We used to play football in there. And if you see the top flat up there, there used to be an old man there called Bottler. And when we were playing football down there, he didn't like the noise. So he used to throw bottles down there, glass bottles, and he used to break. And we used to always have to run for our lives. So that was always funny. I always enjoyed that. This is Broombridge Road now ahead of me, so I'm going to go visit my neighbours and say goodbye to them. Now, I don't know all my neighbours. A lot of my neighbours are either gone or moved on, but some of the older ones are still around. They're the ones I'm gonna go visit. See if the O'Donnells are in. Hopefully they're in. I know Christie's down at the shop, so I doubt he's back yet. Either way, I'll see Marie. Right, I visited the neighbours I wanted to visit. The others weren't in, so it looks like everybody else is out, unfortunately. But I have one more stop, not in Cabra, in Glasnevin, and if I don't go, she'll never let me hear the end of it. Goodbye, Cabra, again. I said goodbye to it nearly a year ago, and here I am saying goodbye again. Broombridge Road is actually where a famous mathematical equation was solved by a guy walking over the bridge, and he scratched it into the bridge. I'll have to look that up. I think I'll put the story in the description because I can't remember which formula it was. I think it was something to do with distance or volume. I don't know, I can't really remember. But essentially it's this bridge here, Broom Bridge. He was walking over it. The idea came to him and he scratched it into the side of the bridge. Goodbye, Broom Bridge. But yeah, as I said, I have one more place to visit. And if I don't visit, she'll never forgive me, and my family will never forgive me either. Just the way in or out? It didn't open for me. It opened for them. That's annoying. Do you know what? It didn't open for me, so I'm just going to drive into the pedestrian part and park. I always have trouble remembering where my mom is. There she is. Hey, Ma. I know you didn't want me to go on this trip. You didn't want me to ride a motorbike in general, I get it. But I'm gonna be okay, all right? I'll be safe. I'll do everything as I should. I'll carry you with me. You don't have to worry. Love you, Ma. Wish me luck. Here's the grave of Michael Collins. All right, that was the one thing I absolutely had to do before I left Dublin and left Ireland in general. Hopefully, I have my mother's blessing and we can proceed forward. My destination now is I'm heading north out of Dublin towards the town of Drogheda, and then later that'll take me towards Belfast. So I'm not taking the ferry from Dublin this time over to the UK, rather I'm taking a ferry from near Belfast over to Scotland. However, I think I want to stop somewhere first because I want to see if I can have something done quickly to the bike, quick and easy, before I leave Dublin. So specifically what I want to have done, if I don't have it done now, I'll have it done later, is the suspension on the back of my bike is stuck, but the position higher or lower, it has 5 positions. So it's in position 3 right now. So position 3 is what it comes out of the factory at, essentially. I've never had to adjust it because I never carried that much weight, but I'm carrying more weight than ever now, almost the equivalent of a pillion passenger. So I think I want to have it bumped to position 4. I bought a tool to do it myself, but the tool was the incorrect one. Thank you, Amazon. I'll bring it to Leo O'Reilly Motorcycles, see if we can do it. It's a quick 2-minute job anyway, so. And luckily, Leo O'Reilly Motorcycles is only a mile down the road. See, this is the thing, I'm not in a hurry. Like, I don't have a deadline to meet. My only deadline to meet is April next year, and I'll get into that next year. But I need to learn to slow down, so I'm taking it a day at a time. I'm not in a hurry to get to Drogheda. I'm not in a hurry to get to anywhere. Never been a fan of this road, to be honest. It's not the nicest road. It's very, everything's very clustered, and the traffic tends to be very hit or miss. Hopefully Leo will be able to do this for me. If he can't, I'll just find another mechanic up north to do it. Oh, don't tell me he's closed. What? Shit. It said he was open on the map. Well, that sucks. Do you know what? There's another place I can try. And it's actually where I'm going. It's actually where I got my bike done originally, DB Motos. So it's on my way. So that might be my best option. So let me have a look. DB Motos. They're 3.1 miles away. It means going back the way I came. CT125. It gets the looks. Nobody recognizes what this bike is. Oh, you bastard. Fucking A. I fucking hate taxi drivers. Jesus Christ. I thought he was gonna fucking turn in on me. I think he was just trying to skip the lanes or something. I don't fucking know, but either way, you scared the fucking living shit out of me. Such bastards, you are. Fuck yous. Fuck yous, and anyway. Sorry, I don't mean to curse. But they make me curse. Bastards. I'm still really nervous. It hasn't really set in yet, do you know that? It doesn't really feel like, it feels like I'm just on a day out. Okay, nearly there. Just less than a kilometer away. Please, DB Motos, please be open. I'm sure these guys will help me out. I'm sure they'd be happy to. Having trouble seeing my phone. It's not because of my camera, it's just the sun is so bright right now. And they even have anti-glare on. Oh, he's open. Okay, good. If you get the chance, go to DB Motos. Oh, suspension feels so much better. Dave, thank you very much. He gave the bike a once over, did the suspension, also checked the chain, checked the tire pressure and stuff like that as well. Everything was perfect. So Dave at DB Motos, thank you very much, man, and enjoy your trip to Morocco. Alright, I'm done with Dublin. Everything else is pretty much sorted out. So there's nothing left but to get out of the country. Well, the moment I get over the motorway, I'm out of developed Dublin. Everything else from here is farms and small things. Winder on. I can kind of feel like I'm rushing again. Like I feel like I'm rushing to my destination. Well, I don't want to. But I think I'm still in that mode. I just need to learn to slow down. Oh, there's a farm shop there. I wish I could have gone to that actually. Or maybe I should. Although I can't turn around now, too late. This is always the dangerous part here. People overtaking. 2 tractors especially is hard. It's very dangerous to overtake something like that. There's the airport. Traveling along the north side of it. I just realized now this is actually the same route I took when I went on my Ireland trip on the Innova. Good times. Yeah, we stopped there to look at the planes. Okay, these roads are more my speed. I think at the next small town I pass through, I'm gonna stop just so I can take a little break for a second. Not in a hurry, as I said, but I'm gonna stop at every place I go to, essentially, just to have a look around, see what's on offer. Maybe I'll find cheap food, cheap fuel, you never know. But that's what this experience is. That's what this journey is. Seeing the world. 183. Do you know what? I'll go for it. 183. Okay. We'll take 183. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay. Da 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 da. I don't know what I'm singing, to be honest. Okay. I'll probably get a couple of litres in. I'd say probably €2. Oh, she stopped. I can squeeze a bit more in though. Get it to €3. No, never mind. She's as full as she wants to be. Well, it could be fuller, but I'm not overweighing the bike. I don't need a full top off anyway, so. 287 for 1.56 litres.
You're going to Tokyo, man.
Huh?
You're going to Tokyo?
I am.
Really?
Yeah.
You're starting from Dublin?
I'm just starting today, yeah?
When did you... Oh, today?
Yeah.
Are you on social media?
Yeah.
Oh, let me give you a follow, man.
Yeah, sure.
I like the idea.
More than happy.
As well. Where?
See, that's why I liked putting that label on the back. Primarily because it'll make more sense to people when I'm traveling around, but I wanted people who saw me traveling around other countries to just approach me like that, especially my fellow travelers. So that's mainly why I wanted that there. Yeah, there you
You
go.
have 1K already?
Yeah, it's like
You've been
my announcement video for the trip 3 months ago took off, so
Yeah,
yeah, appreciate it.
Again?
David.
David, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
I will keep like
Thank you, appreciate it.
from the comments, yeah?
I appreciate that, thank you. Oh, he's really nice, I like him. Oh, but an important thing I need to do now is I need to show you this. So one of the things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be keeping a budget of everything that I'm spending. So I spent what, $287 on fuel. So $287. So I'm going to be keeping track of all my expenses. And these are going to be the most common one: food, fuel, transports like ferries, accommodation, and other. But I'm going to track all of this throughout my entire journey, and then at the end I'll be able to tell you exactly how much I spent. Yeah, that's not news, look at. Nobody's using. Yeah, perfect. That's a perfect place to rest. It's things like this I need to start doing a lot more. Just like, I go to a place, I see a place to stop for a bit. Stop, rest, relax, slow down. That's what I need. It's not even 12 o'clock yet. I'm far too early to go to Drogheda. Drogheda is like 20 kilometers away now. So I have all day to do anything I want. But yeah, as for where I'm staying, I am going to the military museum, which is further, it's near Drogheda, or just past Drogheda. But attached to the military museum is a camping site. I mean, Drogheda is only a few kilometers away. I'll reach there ages before I need to actually be there. Like, I want to be there ideally, I'd say probably 3 o'clock maybe at the campsite. But I want to find a place to charge my devices. Like, my laptop has a full charge. My power banks are still full, but I would like to start editing, to be perfectly honest, because this is going to be the routine of me just going to a place, going along the road, finding a cafe or somewhere cheap that I can actually just go use the Wi-Fi or just sit down. I can do my editing here, to be perfectly honest. Like, I'm not in a hurry. The weather's holding up, so I can literally break out my laptop right now. But I think I'll save that for the campsite. And I'll start editing day one. And then I'd go to a cafe with free Wi-Fi or anywhere with free Wi-Fi and upload it. That's going to be my routine for the next year and a half, at least. Yeah, while I have yous, let me tell you about this. So, I was thinking about where to put stickers. Like, I've seen that on other channels, like Nomad Push. I don't want to put stickers on the bike. I hate putting stickers on the bike, to be perfectly honest. So, my friend Paul, my manager at my former job, he gave me the idea of, why don't you put them on the helmet? And then you have a great souvenir for when you return. And I was like, that is an amazing idea. So what I'm going to do is I have the Ireland sticker already. I want people to know where I was from. Then I'll probably put Northern Ireland, then UK, France, and I'll do it all over it. So by the end of it, I'll put Tokyo on the front where the shark logo is. But yeah, I'm looking forward to actually getting started to do that. I'll need to find a sticker in Northern Ireland somewhere to put on that. But it should look amazing, to be honest. I think it's going to be a nice thing to do, nice feature, and it should look the business. Okay, I know where we're going. We're going to be heading to Newgrange. Now, Newgrange is probably one of the most touristy historic sites in Ireland, outside of Dublin at least. But, to be fair, I have not been to Newgrange since I was a child. So, do you know what? Why the hell not? It reminds me though, I need to start taking pictures of everywhere I go, primarily because one of the things I'm going to be doing as well, that'll also keep me occupied, is I'm going to be updating Google Maps with all the locations I'm visiting and giving reviews of all the places I'm visiting as well. It's something I've been doing for years now at this point. I'm a mid to high level local guide now at this point. So I want to keep up that, and I want to get even higher if I can. It's something I've always enjoyed doing. My goal for every day is to travel 50 kilometers. So that time frame, with all the stops that I have planned and the general countries I'm visiting and the cities and stuff like that, will keep me on a schedule that'll get me to where I need to go for Christmas, for example, and then afterwards. Maybe I'll stop for a cup of tea or something. I think there is where I want to park it. Just where I can see it. I'll get a drink while I'm in there. Alright, we're heading off. Alright, I learned a valuable lesson. Always have a camera recording, because I had a great interaction with what looks to be the owner of the snail box. At least I think he was the owner. But he gave me a hat. He was fascinated by the journey I'm undertaking, and he took a great picture of me as well. I hope. I haven't checked the picture, but I'm going to bring the hat with me. I'll take a picture probably in the UK or somewhere else, and I'll send it back to him. And he's going to put me on the wall, because I took a picture of the wall as well. The wall looks amazing. You have people traveling all over the world. So he gave me a task, and I'm going to perform it. Right, it's telling me to turn right, but I don't think that's correct. Yeah, my whole map was screwed up for some reason. I'm 2 kilometers away from Newgrange. Aha. All right. At the very least, I'm at the visitor centre. Now, a concern other people have brought to me, and a concern I had for myself, was securing my luggage while I'm actually not around. When I'm in a visitor centre here and I'm going to be far away from my bike, how do I ensure all my stuff is secure, for example? I've got the little lock here, first of all, just to make sure nobody can get in here. And then secondly, I'm using this lock, which is mainly used for people for helmets and stuff, to lock it to the bike just in case people try to take the bag itself. Now, it's not going to deter too many people. Like, there's points of failure, which is these. Essentially just a blanket of security. Like, it'll deter most people just walking around. Not many people are going to be ready just to snip this thing off, if you know what I mean. Use of drones is not permitted at national monuments. River Boyne. Oh look, there's Newgrange. Up the top of the hill. It's a nice place, it's very well maintained. Yeah, that's an example of what passage tombs look like. Well, it was interesting, but I wasn't blown away. It's stuff I mostly know now, to be perfectly honest. Though, maybe I should take into account that this isn't just about me anymore. It's about everybody. So I need to show this stuff off enough, don't I? That said, it was very expensive to go over and see Newgrange, and you have to get a bus over. It's fully sealed off. So I decided it wasn't worth it. You don't get to go in it, you just walk around it. I will admit though, I'm pretty tired. It's 2:10 at the moment, so it's actually a good time to actually go to my campsite to see if it actually is bookable or not. If it's not, I'll be wild camping tonight, 100%. There's no other campsites nearby, so I need to figure that out. But mainly, I need to find a market. Right, our objective is the Irish Military Museum. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's where we're going. 16 kilometers away. Ooh, it is hot. Like, the sun's not out, but believe me, it's warm. Look at this road's pretty quiet. However, I'm about to go on that crappy road now in a minute. So, big question, have I settled down and am I going slow? Largely, I think yes. I think it's just it being day one, I'm naturally in a more hyper mood. I think I will settle down in a few days. Again, it just did that rev. What the hell is that? I think without realizing it, I'm actually pushing on the gear shift. I didn't even realize I was doing it. Maybe I need to change my footing position. Okay, I hate these roads. Yeah, I've never been down this road before. It is pretty strange. It looks like there's a lot of walking trails nearby. That's the main thing. There's a stop here, so I'm assuming there's other traffic going. Oh, it's one of these bridges. Okay. My friends, welcome to the Irish Military Museum and or camping site. So this is going to be my home for the night, hopefully. I don't know whether the campsite's open. It doesn't have its own individual contact. It's attached to that somehow. So I'm going to go inside and we'll have a look. Hi, yes. I'm looking for the camping site. Is there a campsite? Oh, same part? Okay, perfect. Could I check in?
Talking to you on the phone, by any chance?
No, it wasn't me, no.
Okay.
I just literally rocked up hoping there was
Yeah,
space.
there's space. Is it a tent?
It's a tent, yes.
For you, just for yourself?
Just for myself.
Just give you a receipt then and you can hold on to it.
Please do, thank you. €20 for a campsite. Jeez, that's the most I've ever paid for a campsite. Like, before that it was €15 in France, and that came with electricity because I added electricity on, but 20 with no power and just a toilet. That's that sting. Actually, you know what? I need to get out of that mentality of buying loads of stuff in the shops. I have food with me already. I can make a late lunch and a supper as well. So I'm all good with that. So let's get to my campsite. Okay, campsite. Oh, there's plenty of people here, jeez. Just trying to be careful on this road, it's not the nicest. It's pretty shit, to be honest. Just trying not to slide or puncture my tires. So it's just about 6:30 now. I've just settled into camp now. As you can see, my camp and my bike and all is here. I'm actually just uploading my footage now at the moment. I don't know if you can see that. The sun's right behind me, so I recorded a lot of footage today now, to be perfectly honest, but I'm just going to put it on my laptop tonight. I might poke at it in terms of editing, but I might do the editing more than likely tomorrow. I'm going to find a cafe or a pub, more than likely a pub. And just connect to Wi-Fi, sit either outside, get a drink, which will allow me to stay there for a while, charge everything up and get editing done. So it's mainly about setting into a rhythm more than anything else. So it's just difficult to settle into a proper rhythm. But other than that, I'm just gonna have a good night to just settle down.